The Dharma Speaker, thank you for allowing me to participate in the debate of this amendment bill to Article 16 of the Sarawak Constitution. The Dharma Speaker, we have no objection to the amendment of Article 16 of the Sarawak Constitution by inserting a new sub-article 1 to lower the voting age from 21 years to 18 years old. We support this part of the bill. However, we object strongly to the second constitutional amendment to Article 16 to add a new bracket 2 to redefine resident in the state to mean a citizen belonging to the state of Sarawak in accordance with Section 71 of the Immigration Act 1959, 63 bracket Act 155. The reason for our objections are as follows. Article 16 of the Sarawak Constitution applies to current qualification of elected members of this Dewan Undangan Negeri, which states qualification of members. 16. Every citizen of or over the age of 21 years who is resident in the state is qualified to be elected as an elected member of the Dewan Undangan Negeri unless he is disqualified for being such a member by the Federal Constitution or this Constitution or by any such laws as is mentioned in Article 17. The term resident in the state, the Dharma Speaker, is not defined in the Sarawak Constitution, but it can be taken to mean someone who is always resident here or just for 2 years, which is a negligible period. That is to say, the current Constitution does not specify a period of residency in order to qualify for election to this Dewan Undangan Negeri. The proposed amendment to Article 16 seeks to act the following as sub-article bracket 2. Resident in the state. In this article means a citizen belonging to the state of Sarawak in accordance with Section 71 of the Immigration Act 1959, 63 Act 155. What does Section 71 of the Immigration Act 1959, 63 bracket Act 155 say? 71 bracket 1. For purpose of Section 66, a citizen shall be treated as belonging to an East Malaysian state if he is or has within the preceding 2 years been a permanent resident in the East Malaysian state. The Dharma Speaker, for the purpose of Section 71 Immigration Act 1959, as long as the person has been a permanent resident of Sarawak for just 2 years, He falls within the requirement of Section 66 in the Immigration Act. Section 71 was enacted for the purposes of Section 66. Madam Speaker, a perusal of this Section 66 of the Immigration Act reveals that it is only for restriction on citizens' right of entry into East Malaysian state. It only has to do with entry into Sarawak and has absolutely nothing to do with the right to be elected as the member of Dewan Undangan Negeri. The difference between the two is mind-boggling. And therefore, Dato' Amar Speaker, it is totally improper or even ridiculous to equate the right of entry into Sarawak with the right of election into Dewan Undangan Negeri. It is impossible to imagine that the right to be elected member of the Dewan Undangan Negeri is reduced to the equivalent of the right of entry into Sarawak. The GPS government has made a song and dance about fighting for Sarawak rights and caring for the people of Sarawak. This proposed amendment totally goes against this rhetoric of GPS. If they really care, if the GPS government really care for Sarawak rights, they would not reduce the rights for election to the Dewan Undangan Negeri to that of the right of entry into Sarawak. If they really wish to amend to protect Sarawak rights, they should amend the Sarawak Constitution to restrict the right of election to Dewan Undangan Negeri only to those Malaysian citizens who are born in Sarawak. That is to say, make it impossible for a non-Sarawakian to be elected to the Dewan Undangan Negeri instead of making it easier or making it possible. What is the motive behind this amendment? Why make it easier for non-Sarawakians to be elected to this Dewan Undangan Negeri? It is the first step towards allowing non-Sarawakians to be elected in the Dewan Undangan Negeri. Is this the first step towards allowing non-Sarawakians to be elected to the Dewan Undangan Negeri? Because simply giving a permanent resident status to a non-Sarawakian for 2 years will make that person eligible for election to the Sarawak Dewan Undangan Negeri if this constitutional amendment is passed. This, to me, Dato' Amar Speaker, is an outright betrayal of the rights of the people of Sarawak by the GPS government. We are totally opposed to this constitutional amendment. Dato' Amar Speaker, I would like to call upon all honourable members in this august House who have Sarawak at heart and who are the true and proud sons and daughters of Sarawak to come together, disregarding our political divide, to totally reject this amendment to 2.2 of this bill. The Honourable Speaker, thank you for giving me this opportunity to participate in this bill. We strongly object to the amendment of 2.2 of this bill. Thank you.